Greetings to all the viewers. The session is going to conduct based on oxidations and reductions. In the earlier sessions, we are conducting series of sessions based on oxidizing agents, reducing agents as well, right? So in that regard, we are continuing with Swan oxidation process. Swan oxidation is the mild oxidation process. It will restrict the oxidation of primary alcohols into aldehydes, secondary alcohols into ketonic compounds. It is the part of reaction mechanism and the session is powered by artificial intelligence, AI powered session it will be. In order to convert alcohol into corresponding oxidized product, Swan oxidation involves oxalyl chloride as a one of the reagent. DMSO was taken, dimethyl sulfoxide. The base applied will be triethylamine, that is the tertiary amine. So this is the way whenever these two reagents are taken together, so that we can assume the given reaction is the part of Swan oxidation, right? Let's go with what is Swan oxidation. Either primary alcohol or secondary alcohol were taken into the consideration. Oxalyl chloride is the requirement. Here dimethyl sulfoxide is the reagent taken. So DCM is the solvent medium and minus 78 degrees centigrade temperature is applied. So extremely lower temperature is required over there. Triethylamine was taken as a mild base and the reaction is accomplished at room temperature conditions. Whenever primary alcohol is the case, aldehyde formation is possible. Secondary alcohol giving rise to a ketone as the product. This is the way Swan oxidation is accomplished into corresponding carbonyl compounds. Both are together regarded as carbonyl compounds only. If hydrogen is there, called aldehyde. If alkyl is there, that is a ketonic one. Right. So let me give the brief intro regarding the Swan oxidation process. Swan oxidation is a chemical reaction that oxidizes primary and secondary alcohols into aldehydes and ketones respectively. It is a mild and selective oxidation process. Selective means though we are having multiple functional groups over there, but it is specifically go for the oxidation of alcoholic functional group. That's the reason why selective in the oxidation reaction. Over oxidation can be retarded. We are not supposed to go for carboxylic acid, rather we can restrict the oxidation up to aldehydic compounds only. This is the way Swan oxidation giving rise to a one-step oxidation product, right? So here DMSO is provided for your better understanding. DMSO stands for dimethyl sulfoxide. It is abbreviated dimethyl sulfoxide. It is available in the liquid form. And oxalyl chloride will be there. Oxalic acid, everybody know oxalic acid is a dicarboxylic acid. It will be. And if we are replacing OH with the chlorides so that it is the kind of acid chloride. So it is the derivative of the carboxylic acid and you can denote it as a oxalyl chloride. This is the any the reagent in the Swan oxidation. Here base catalyst is required. That base is triethylamine can be taken. So here you may write it as a C2H5, C2H5, C2H5 as triethylamine. So it is mentioned with the methyl, rather you can put C2H5 so that it will become ethyl, triethylamine, and it is the kind of tertiary base you can notice. These three together, one is DMSO, any other is oxalyl chloride and triethylamine. Tertiary amine is also required in order to perform this Swan oxidation process. Here you can absorb primary alcohol. The chain length will be 3 carbon and here propyl alcohol was taken. Dimethyl sulfoxide and oxalyl chloride were treated together in the presence of triethylamine base, so that primary alcohol will be oxidized into a aldehydic compound by means of Swan oxidation. If the case is secondary alcohol, we are taking cyclohexylyl alcohol so that cyclohexanone product formation is possible by means of same reaction conditions. Let's go with the reaction overview. What are the requirements in order to perform this one, right? Reactants are alcohols. Starting material will be alcohol, that might be primary or else a secondary can be chosen. I'm taking ethanol as the example for primary and isopropanol for secondary alcohol. Reagents are dimethyl sulfoxide, oxalyl chloride. Together are the reagents treated, and the base is applied, that is triethylamine, or else pyridine also applied. All are said to be what? Organic mild bases, right? So these three are requirements as the reagents. And a solvent applied in this Swern oxidation process will be dichloromethane. Dichloromethane is the better solvent in order to dissolve the organic compounds in it. So any another non-polar solvent we may choose. You may go with acetone, you may go with carbon tetrachloride. Any non-polar solvent is the choice for Swern oxidation. And the products are expected for Swern oxidation will be aldehyde for primary alcohol, ketone for secondary alcohol. This is the way ethanol giving rise to a acetaldehyde. Isopropanol gives rise to a propanone as the subsequent products. So this is regarding the reaction overview. Let's enter into the mechanism. Mechanism involves the multi-step process. Here, first of all, we need to go for the activation of DMSO. This is the most important one. Later on, alcohol activation is carried, and finally elimination reaction. By this you are supposed to obtain the carbonyl compound what we are expecting. In order to make the entire mechanism, let's split the mechanism into step by step manner, and we will discuss about the first step called activation of DMSO. DMSO stands for dimethyl sulfoxide. Oxalyl chloride, upon reacting with dimethyl sulfoxide at the temperature, as we already were, extremely lower temperature, minus 60 degrees to minus 78 are required in order to perform the reaction. Lower temperature, lower temperatures are the requirement over there to form a reactive sulfonium intermediate, right? Sulfonium intermediate formation is possible. Chlorodimethyl sulfonium ion in specific will be formed. In addition to this expected intermediate, there are other byproducts also originated. One is said to be carbon monoxide and another is carbon dioxide. This is the way the reaction mechanism is schematically represented. Let me show. This is said to be what? Oxalyl chloride. Oxalyl chloride is having this carbonylic linkage. Always carbonylic carbon is having electrophilic center over there. And oxygen dimethyl sulfoxide existing in the form of dimethyl S double bond O will be there. Being SO bond is highly polar in nature and a strong tendency to migrate the pi electrons towards the oxygen due to its high electronegativity. Hence, you can generate the poles, a positive upon the sulfur and the negative high electron density upon the oxygen. Whatever high electron density on the oxygen able to bind up with the carbonylic carbon atom, that's the reason why you may achieve new carbon oxygen sigma bond formation. After getting the sigma bond formation within the molecule, there are certain chemical transformations accomplished. A negative charge on the oxygen able to back polarize and subsequent removal of chloride ion is possible. By this, there is a retention of ketonic functional group again, and this oxygen with the sulfur and CH3 bond will be present. So that chloride is removed over there. After removing the chloride, the chloride is having high electron density over there. It is the nucleophile in general, and that nucleophilic chlorine is having tendency to bind up with the sulfur, because already we have a positive convention upon the sulfur, so that negative charge in the chloride able to bind with the sulfur. Subsequent bond departure between the sulfur and oxygen towards the oxygen atom, that giving rise to a negative charge in the oxygen. so that we will obtain this oxalyl acetate type of negative charge containing oxygen will be originated. This negative charge will participate in a bond formation over there. Whenever this bond is moving toward this side, we are supposed to cleave the carbon carbon sigma bond. So these electrons are moving towards the carbon, and chlorine departed along with the bonded electrons. Subsequently, there are two byproducts are originated. One is carbon dioxide, another is carbon monoxide. In addition, there is another product that is dimethyl sulfonyl chloride. So, chlorodimethyl sulfonium ion. Sorry, chlorodimethyl sulfonium ion will be originated, which is the activated DMSO form. So the requirement for the oxidation is originated by the reaction between one is oxalyl chloride, another is DMSO. After getting that intermediate compound, we are supposed to activate this alcohol. Alcohol reacts with the sulfonium intermediate, forming alkoxysulfonium salt. Okay, so here we have a alcohol where electron rich oxygen is able to bind up with the sulfur electrophilic substance. So this is the intermediate compound able to form a bond between the oxygen and the sulfur. Dimethyl chlorosulfonium ion will form a bond with oxygen, so that there is a new sigma bond originated. So that sigma bond origination is accomplished with a byproduct called hydrochloric acid. After that, we are supposed to go for the elimination reaction in order to get the oxidized product. Addition of the base. Base is required over there. The base is triethylamine, which causes the elimination reaction, leading to the formation of desired carbonyl compound, whichever you are expecting. If you are taking starting material as a secondary, there is a possibility to get the ketone. Primary alcohol giving rise to a aldehyde compound. If R prime taken as a hydrogen, that gives rise to a aldehyde as the compound in case of primary. That's the reason why here the carbonyl compound is the general product in this Swern oxidation. If you are taking this alkoxysulfonium cation, that participate in the removal of this proton. The proton will be removed from this compound, gives rise to a carbene. Sulfur positive is there, carbon is having negative charge. So now we are going to rearrange the molecule within, and this proton, so being this carbon is electron rich in nature, having tendency to abstract this hydrogen from the adjacent carbon, so that this proton will be absorbed by the CH2 carbene ion. Subsequently, the sigma bond is moving towards the carbon. Whenever this sigma bond is moving over there, simultaneous cleavage of oxygen sulfur bond is possible. Whenever sulfur oxygen bond is cleaved, there is a origination of ketonic compound. You can observe there is a formation of carbon oxygen double bond over there, right? So in addition, this hydrogen is moving over there. Whenever hydrogen is moving toward this side, you can observe dimethyl, and here sulfur able to retain the lone pair of electron, that is called dimethyl sulfide. This is earlier the compound whichever we are taking as a starting one called dimethyl sulfoxide, and whatever byproduct generated is called dimethyl sulfide, right? And here is the origination of carbonyl compound, and that triethylamine taken as the base over there, and this is the reason why here carbonyl compound generated in addition to the dimethyl sulfide byproduct. So the step-by-step mechanism is demonstrated for the Swern oxidation reaction. Now we will see about key features regarding Swern oxidation. Selective oxidation is possible. We can inhibit the further step oxidation. Over oxidation can be completely retarded by means of Swan oxidation. Primary alcohol giving rise to aldehyde. In order to synthesize the aldehyde in the laboratory conveniently, you can go with the Swan oxidation for better yields. Mild conditions are sufficient, need not to go for elevated temperature, need not to go for the super reactive reagents, need not to go for any kind of sophisticated laboratory condition. Rather, you can choose the mild conditions in order to accomplish Swan oxidation process. Already we observed negative temperatures are most convenient, so that low temperatures are most preferable for the operation of Swan oxidation. Ensure the stability and prevent the side reactions. Side reactions may not be possible. And the byproduct is dimethyl sulfide. DMS stands for dimethyl sulfide. DMSO stands for dimethyl sulfoxide. Dimethyl sulfoxide is a starting material you can absorb, and dimethyl sulfide is the byproduct which is generated over there. Here, uh, malodorous but inert in nature. Whatever byproducts generated, they are unreactive towards the side reaction formation. So that whatever product expected, that is only the formation you can absorb without any byproduct, without any side reactions, right? So this is the generalized equation provided. We are taking primary alcohol giving corresponding aldehyde, secondary alcohol giving rise to a ketone as a product. And application, the segment what we are discussing is regarding the applications of Swan oxidation, used extensively in the organic synthesis for the preparation of aldehydes and ketones. Aldehydes and ketones are the most important products generated by this Swan oxidation, preferred when sensitive functional groups are present. Whatever multiple functional groups are present in the given compound, so this Swan oxidation will not disturb the other functional group, will not go for the multiple functional group reactivity. Rather, it is very specific for the alcohols wherever present. And moreover, primary and secondary alcohols are reactive toward this one, tertiary alcohols are unreactive. The oxidation of tertiary alcohols are forbidden by means of Swan oxidation process. And required conditions are very mild, lower temperature, and the non-polar solvent is required, and very mild base we are choosing over there, so that mild reaction conditions are satisfactory, so that we can obviously say it is the kind of green approach. And non-acidic conditions are most preferable. Non-acidic condition means around pH. Neutral conditions are most suitable for the operation of Swan oxidation process. So this is about the laboratory setting. There is the expected product like a carbonyl, that might be a aldehyde, or else ketone will be generated. So this is the simple mechanism provided for this one oxidation process. DMSO was taken initially, can be reacted with oxalyl chloride initially in order to activate this DMSO. Whenever these two are going to react together, there is a kind of again ester formation, because OC double bond is simply regarded as a ester linkage, and there is a ester linkage is originated, which subsequently giving rise to a activated sulfur compound called chlorosulfonium salt as an intermediate, in addition to the byproducts like carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide chloride ions. This able to react with this alcohol whichever chosen over there, and that alcohol will bind with the sulfur in the presence of base. The subsequent reaction pathway is proceeded, and eventually you are supposed to achieve the carbonyl compound as a product in this one oxidation. Let me go with a formation of benzaldehyde. In order to achieve this benzaldehyde as a product, as an oxidized product, the starting material chosen will be benzyl alcohol. Benzyl alcohol is a primary alcohol, so that first of all we need to go for step-by-step reaction to be demonstrated. Initially, dimethyl sulfoxide to be reacted with oxalyl chloride. Whenever dimethyl sulfoxide oxalyl chloride reacted together, there is a bondage between the oxygen and a carbon atom, that giving rise to a ester linkage. That ester will further go for the delocalization of electrons, and that generate the molecule called dimethyl chlorosulfonium ion. So that will be generated. After generating that one, after this is the expected intermediate, which is most important in order to react with this alcohol. Whenever we are having sulfur positive, this nucleophilic oxygen is able to bind up conveniently with the sulfur, so that there is a oxygen sulfur linkage, and subsequent base reaction in order to remove the proton from this, to neutralize the oxygen charge. And later on we are supposed to remove the chloride, and the base will abstract another alpha proton with respect to the sulfur. Alpha carbon is there, and alpha hydrogen will be abstracted by this base, and there is a formation of double bond, there is a removal of this one, and that able to generate the molecule S double bond. And we are supposed to remove this proton from this adjacent center. Whenever proton is removed, the expected compound should be a carbonyl compound. So here oxygen sulfur bond will be removed, and this proton will be abstracted by the carbon atom over there. And here is the new carbon oxygen double bond originated, which in turn generates the benzaldehyde as the product. This is the way benzyl alcohol will be turned into a benzaldehyde by Swern oxidation process. So on oxidation, another example is provided. We are taking a long chain alcohol. Here the 5-member cyclic system is provided: cyclopentenyl ethyl alcohol, cyclopentenyl ethyl alcohol. In specific, we can denote it as a 2-cyclopentenyl ethyl alcohol, and that should be treated with DMSO, dimethyl sulfoxide, and oxalyl chloride can be treated. Triethylamine base is also the requirement in order to perform the Swern oxidation. Subsequently, being it is a primary alcohol, aldehyde as the expected product. In addition, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, dimethyl sulfide, hydrochloric acid, these are expected products, and already we are having amine. That amine will abstract the hydrogen, so that here iminium salt will be generated. So this is the way alcohol to aldehyde oxidation is possible. And we can observe any the example pertaining to Swern oxidation. Here you can notice there are multiple functional groups. So the groups whichever present in the molecule are: one hydroxy is there, one olefinic double bond is there, one ester linkage is there. Though we are having these many functional groups, based on the reagents provided, we are more specific about the reagents added to the product formation, right? So here oxalyl, so this DCM stands for what? Dichloromethane. That is a common solvent is applied over there. Being it is a non-polar solvent, you are supposed to operate this one oxidation at a non-polar platform. Oxalyl chloride, DMSO, triethylamine, these three compounds are required for Swern oxidation. And here is the molecule with the multiple functional groups, but the specific reaction carried at the alcohol only. Alcohol oxidation is the most important criteria over there. Being it is secondary alcohol, the expected product will be a ketonic one. This is the reaction which already performed by the scholars, and which is published in the year 2020 59, and the page number is also provided. NGO Chemical International Education. So this is the journal in which the publication is given, so that already performed reaction, it will be successful reaction, we can say, so that it is very convenient to operate in the laboratory in order to convert this alcohol into a carbonyl compound. And here is the scientist provided, Daniel Swern. Daniel Swern is the scientist who established the reaction conditions. One is the dimethyl sulfoxide, oxalyl chloride, and triethylamine as a reaction conditions in order to convert the alcohol into carbonyl compound. So this is the introduction to the scientist. Swan oxidation may not operated with the tertiary alcohol. No oxidation is performed over there. This grand idea of Swan oxidation to establish the nucleofuse. So nucleofuse is nothing but S positive dimethyl. This is called dimethyl sulfonium chloride. So that activated compound will be generated. So that aldehyde will be originated. Aldehyde do not react further under these conditions because we are supposed to restrict the one-step oxidation, being it is a mild reaction condition, right? So cyclohexylyl methanol can be taken. Cyclohexylyl methanol is supposed to be reacted with dimethyl sulfoxide. Dimethyl sulfoxide can be mentioned in different forms. DMSO is a common abbreviation given for that, dimethyl sulfoxide, or else it is also given in this form where sulfur is having double bond O and sulfur is also attached with 2-methyl. We are not supposed to confused with this kind of representation. In so many forms, the compound may be represented, but we need to understand what is what. Here it will be OS stands for, it is not osmium because here sulfur is also mentioned in a capital letter, right? So that it stands for sulfur and oxygen. There is a double bond, and 2-methyl groups are also present. And COCl taken twice is provided. This indicates it is the oxalyl chloride, and triethylamine was taken. There is a formation of cyclohexylyl aldehyde. DMSO is a nucleophile over there, and the oxalyl chloride electrophilic in nature, and that kind of ester linkage is provided. Later on, it able to generate aldehyde as the expected product, right? So this is the way we can simply understand the combination of reagents and conversion of the reactant into the product. Right. Here is the another example you can clearly observe. Here the compound provided is a branched one. Though it is the branched one, you can't observe any branching upon the alpha carbon atom, so that it is a primary. Primary alcohol in specific, we can say 1, 2, 3. So 2-methyl propanol it will be. 2-methyl propanol. Need not to mention the position of hydroxy, being it is attached to the first carbon, so that we can say 2-methyl propanol can be treated with the bunch of reagents which are called Swan reagent, DMSO, oxalyl chloride, and triethylamine. So that alcohol will be transformed into a aldehydic functional group. And here you can observe the long chain. So the series of examples are provided so that we can understand whatever the what question framing will be there, problem we are getting based on this one oxidation. We are supposed to solve all kind of possibilities. That's the reason why more the number of problems we are going to solve, more the content we can clearly understand. That's the reason why. So more examples are taken into the consideration in order to give the content in a very clear manner. All right. Here is the long chain. You can notice with respect to hydroxy, the numbering is provided 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, it is the benzene ring. Upon the benzene ring, you can notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 carbon length chain is there, and here we have a side branch as well. Very long chain with the aromatic nucleus over there, and whatever the chain length, though we are having aromatic ring, double bond, and side chain methyl, we are not supposed to focus on all these. Rather, we have to go for the alcoholic functional group. That is only the target functional group in order to achieve this one oxidation process. So that primary alcohol is our what requirement, that is taken, and oxalyl chloride, DMSO, and triethylamine, dimethyl chloride. These are the requirement in order to convert this alcohol into a corresponding aldehydic compound, and the remaining whatever the chain length we are having undisturbed by means of the reagent what we are adding over there. This is called a selective reaction, right? The mechanism already we are aware, so many times we repeated the mechanism. Though it looks like very complicated, but step by step manner if we are performing, that will give the clear picture in order to achieve the product formation. right? Some other examples also given here. Let me mention. It is the alcoholic compound DMSO is supposed to be added. Oxalyl chloride, triethylamine are added, giving rise to a ketonic compound. It is the simplest example, but sorry, one specific example is provided to you. Here we have cyclopentanyl alcohol. Cyclopentanyl alcohol was taken, cyclopentanol we can say. So the optimum conditions, whatever Swan oxidation reagents we know, all together to be worked upon this secondary alcohol, you can observe this carbon is bonded with two sides alkyl, so that this is a secondary alcohol which able to give the product ketone, right? Secondary alcohol giving rise to a ketone as the product. So Swan oxidation will be carried in different compounds, but the requirement will be alcohol oxidation. Here you can observe very complicated structure, a polyannular system it will be. Here you can notice the polyannular cyclohexane. Here also we are having, this is the open chain one only. Here we have a protection, so that hydroxy groups got protected, sorry, ketonic group got protected by means of this mm, compound. So here protective group is provided over there. So after getting this one, here also protection is provided, TPDMSO. Let me abbreviate, tertiary butyl dimethylsilyl. It is the kind of protection of hydroxy. Alcohol is protected over there. Ketone is protected by means of this group. So this is the kind of protected compound. And here is the double bond you can notice. Here is the methyl, here is the methyl, here is the methyl. And here is the hydroxy, what is our target functional group, that to be reacted by Swan oxidation. If you observe the nature of this alcohol, that is the primary. This primary alcohol to be treated with DMSO, oxalyl chloride, and this is called water, DCM, that is dichloromethane, right? So this is a tertiary base, tertiary amine, that is triethylamine. Optimum temperature will be minus 60 degrees centigrade. So whatever protected group is there, that remains as such. And here is the ketonic protection, that also remains as such. Methyl is there, that methyl, these many methyl unreactive, and a double bond also retained in the product. Only the transformation you observe, primary alcohol got transformed into aldehyde. Primary alcohol will be oxidized into one-step oxidation product, aldehyde. This is the way. Whenever we are seeing the structure, it looks very complicated. It is not possible to solve this one. But if the concept is clear to you, if the Swan oxidation is known to you, not only Swan oxidation, in terms of reagents, we have to understand what reagents gives rise to what kind of product. So that will be achieved by the practicing multiple examples. This is the way primary alcohol giving rise to aldehyde as the product by means of Swan oxidation. And here are some more examples. We are having a double bond. And here is alcohol, here is alcohol. Let me check the nature of alcohols over there. Here is the chain length is 2 carbons with the hydroxy, 1 carbon with the hydroxy. But here is the nature is primary, and here also you can denote it as a primary. So primary alcohols are there, DMSO, oxalyl chloride, triethylamine. If added, both alcohols are supposed to give the aldehyde only. There is no another choice because both are primary in nature. The chain length may be different, but expected terminal product remains the same, that is aldehyde. And here if you observe, one is primary alcohol, second is secondary alcohol, one is methoxy. We are not supposed to react this ether. Rather, we are fully focused on this primary and secondary alcohols. Primary alcohol gives rise to aldehyde, secondary alcohol gives rise to ketone as the expected products. This is the way we have to practice this Swan oxidation. And here is another example you can notice. A long chain aromatic compound was given to you, benzene with the ether linkage over there, and here dotted line methyl will be there, that is away from the pure methyl side chain is there, but the terminal carbon is accompanied by the hydroxyl, which is primary in nature. This primary hydroxyl is supposed to be transformed into aldehydic compound, and whatever geometry, whatever stereochemistry, we are not supposed to disturb, so that stereochemistry is retained, only oxidation is accomplished at a hydroxyl functional group. And here you can notice hydroxyl with the same compound. This hydroxyl is a secondary, giving rise to a ketone as the expected product. Here is one problem is provided by mentioning so many series of oxidizing agents. What could be the product you have to understand. This is a problem not solved by myself, rather it is the problem given for your practice, right? Whoever solved the problem can put the same picture with the solution in the comment box. That is the kind of assignment for the session. Here you can observe a sodium dichromate concentrated sulfuric acid is a strong oxidizing agent. PDC is provided, and dichloromethane. So this is the mild oxidizing agent. CamNO4 NaOH room temperature and subsequent hydrolysis is given. Potassium permanganate strong oxidizing agent. Swan oxidation, that is dimethyl sulfoxide, whatever we are discussing, to be performed over there. DMP is another oxidizing agent in a dichloromethane solvent. Then here we have NaClO, and again aquated conditions are provided. This oxidation giving rise to which product? PCC is given CH2Cl2. Pyridinium chlorochromate, chromium trioxide H3O plus Jones oxidation. These many oxidizing agents are going to be operated on the same compound, and all are not giving same product, right? So that we are supposed to go for its individual mechanism with the individual oxidizing agent and individual product to be drawn over there. That's the reason why these many blanks are provided for your assignment, right? And moreover, the compound is having cyclohexane, and here we have a tertiary alcohol, here we have a primary, here we have a secondary alcoholic groups. In this problem, Swan oxidation products are expected. Primary alcohol giving rise to aldehyde, secondary alcohol giving rise to ketone, tertiary alcohol, no reaction is achieved. This is the way we can give the product for Swan oxidation. Else you can go for your assignment. And another complicated molecule is provided, where you can observe here is the hydroxyl, and here is the 5-member ring structure. Here is this protected compound protected group is provided, and here is the 6-member ring with the olefinic double bond. Here is the 3-member ring with the geminal dimethyl. This much large molecule, and moreover stereochemistry is perfectly mentioned within the molecule with the wedge and the dotted line bonds. So if this is the case, we are not supposed to worry about the entire compound, rather a selective functional group to be chosen. So that is a secondary alcohol, obviously a ketonic compound to be generated by the required functional groups. And another long chain is provided. Again, here is the hydroxyl protected. Here is the methoxy is there. Double bond are in conjugation. All these are retained within the product without any disturbance. Rather, we need to go for the primary alcohol giving rise to a ketone as the expected product. And this is another example. You can notice here is the 4-membered ring, that is cyclobutane, and here is the side chain with the CH2OH. That nature will be a primary alcohol. So on oxidation of primary alcohol giving rise to aldehyde, and we are not supposed to disturb this ring structure, right? So it will be cyclobutanyl methanol. It will be cyclobutyl aldehyde, cyclobutanol we can say, right? Here is the side chain. Though we are having a ring endocyclic double bond and side chain alkyl, the reactive moiety will be hydroxyl, and that gives rise to aldehyde. This entire molecule is supposed to be converted into aldehydic one. And here we have alcohol. That alcohol nature will be a ketonic, secondary alcohol, so that ketonic product will be generated without disturbing this double bond and everything, right? Reactions of alcohol, here general primary alcohol is provided. Aldehyde formation is possible by means of DMSO, oxalyl chloride, triethylamine and dichloromethane at minus 60 degrees centigrade. Swan oxidation. By this, we entirely completed Swan oxidation. It is a very selective oxidation reaction. What are the components which are resided in the Swan oxidizing agent, and how can we achieve this Swan oxidation process? What could be the mechanism in order to convert the reactants into the products? A step-by-step demonstration is given in the detailed manner, and multiple applications pertaining to Swan oxidation also discussed in the elaborated manner. Hopefully, the session is very important for the researcher scholars in the field of synthetic organic chemistry, and also post-graduation, graduation students in the field of chemistry, and also the students who are preparing towards the competitive exams in the field of either CSIR or else any national, international, and state level examinations, state eligibility for teaching, and entrance examinations. Everywhere the kind of session what we discussed are very much helpful. The session was conducted by Dr. Kavita Kottireddy Kota. Thank you very much for your patient listening. Thank you one and all.